Hello my friends and welcome. My name is Dennis and today we are going to discuss with you this aviation accident that happened 11 years ago to this aircraft. As you can see on the picture, it's air crash actually happened to ATR-42. Actually it's Empire Airlines. If you open the Wikipedia here, Empire Airlines flight 8284 was flying to Lubbock, Preston Smith International Airport of Texas on January 27th, 2009. Actually, no one died in that accident, so there were just two pilots on board. It's a freighter, it's a cargo version of the airplane, as you can see from the FedEx label on the tail. But everyone survived. That is why we have this in our discussion here. I have just recently watched the mentor pilot analysis of that accident. However, I am Boeing pilot, as you probably may know, but also I used to fly that type of aircraft before, so I can put my own perspective to that accident, I think. So my friends, let's start. I'll put on my headset for better understanding of what I'm talking to you. And here we have the video. It's not a very good quality, as you may see. It's a 360 maximum here. And here's the video of National Transport Safety Board. As you can see, that's the organization that performs the airplane crashes or accidents investigations, whether it's general aviation airplanes or commercial airplanes. These guys are performing all of this stuff. They investigate everything. Crash during the approach to landing. Empire Airlines doing business as FedEx. ATR-42-320. I don't know why they put 300 ATR-72 because it was actually ATR-42. If we open the official investigation report over here, you can see it's clearly ATR 42 slash correction dash 320. But anyway, maybe they did some kind of mistake here. Anyway, we'll be able to see all the communications. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't seen this video. Alright, National Transport Safety Board. Here you can see, guys, the artificial horizon, the yoke, shaker, pusher, power settings, flaps settings, autopilot, as you can see on, and also the rudder position. Empire Air 8284, so checking in 9 out, the localizer inbound. Well guys, I may just admit that is captain speaking to air traffic controller, as you may see here, RDO1. I think that means radio 1, and we don't have any audio for that video, so I will announce everything of what is happening here. And the captain was pilot monitoring for that flight, and pilot flying was first officer, and she was responsible. Actually, yeah, it was she was a female, and captain was male, and she was responsible for controlling aircraft, basically for power, for controlling aircraft. But the autopilot, as you may see, it was on for that moment, and captain was responsible for communication with air traffic controller, for reading out all the checklists and monitoring all the systems. So we'll see what happened next. So captain just told that they're establishing localizer inbound 9 out, means I think 9 miles out, but it's quite they should be quite far away for that altitude. We'll see what happened next. Empire, okay. Empire Air 284 tower, runway 17, right, clear to land. Wind 010 at 8. Wind is quite okay for that. 8 knots, almost nothing. Roger, clear to land, captain saying. Alright, go. First of, I think hot 2 means internal communication with the captain through the mic, because on ATR you have internal mic always hot, as you may see, hot mic. Alright, go. Where go? Where do we go? Flaps 15, gear down, landed check. Flaps 15, gear down, landing check. They should land with flaps 30. Well, actually in my airline we used to land with flaps 30 always, all the time. But here you can see first officer tells flaps 15, gear down, landing check. So landing check means, I think, landing checklist. So it was their landing position with flaps 15. Well, I don't know. In my airline, it was absolutely not like that. And as you can see, we have flaps asymmetry. Actually, on ATR it is quite bad, because I used to fly also on a similar type of the ATRs that they fly with no asymmetry indication. So on modern ATRs and also not so modern ATRs, there is the big light showing you if you have flaps asymmetry. In their case, they had no this light, so no any kind of indication of asymmetry. They may have just trim left aileron down or right aileron down message on ADU. And also first officer, this lady, she felt like the airplane was not reducing in a proper way. By extending the flaps, you expect your airspeed to go down, because by doing that you just increase your drag force as well as lift force, so your airspeed should go down. But here it's rising, as you can see. Sounds similar to landing gear deployment. So they extend the flaps, but the speed was just a little bit rising, as you can see. So not proper aircraft evaluation in that case. Let's go to flaps indication on ATR. So here we go. That's the ATR over here. So it has just one arrow, as you can see. So flaps position 0, 15, 30, 45. That's the indication of ATR of new ATR-42, and it was the same for ATR-42-300, but without this flaps 45. So they had 0, 15, 30, that's all. But there is no any split error, as you can see on the Boeing 737. Let me just put it closer. So if you have flaps asymmetry, your arrows will split, showing you that you have actually flaps asymmetry. On ATR we don't have that indication. That's important. On modern airplanes, yes, on modern ATRs we have the flaps asymmetry indication. Here we don't. They didn't have it. Because of that, at first they didn't realize that they had the flaps asymmetry, and the autopilot was still on, as you can see, and it was struggling to fight with this flaps asymmetry, because you have the difference between the lift forces on each sides of the wing. It's different, so you may see what happens next. Sounds good. All right, landing check. Start selector is continuous, relied, power management and takeoff. Icing is on, landing gear confirm, 3 greens. So hot one, it means captain is doing this checklist. So he performed the checklist, and probably they had the real flaps 15 indication, because there is only one arrow that shows the indication. But maybe they had some kind of aileron midstream message on ADU. Have a central monitor here and a glare sheet that shows you maybe retrim, aileron to the left wing, or aileron midstream message. So they probably will have that kind of messages showing that autopilot is struggling controlling this airplane. So they done with the checklist, but the flaps indication, actually it's the indication we have here is real flaps indications, but they didn't have that stuff. Glide slope star, so they established on a glide slope. Confirmed. Let's see, we should have glide slope star. Glide slope star. Let's see, we should have glide slope star. Strange talking, they are already on glide slope. Maintaining that speed is quite okay for that time. And they start descent according to profile. I missed something. Very good. And flaps condition lever to go. Very good. And flaps condition levers to go. Very good. And flaps. Maybe he realized that something went wrong with the flaps. The captain. Sounds similar to altitude alert. What the heck is going on? The first officer realizes that something is wrong with the airplane, but she starts to reduce the power of the airplane because it's her duty to reduce it during the approach to maintain the speed. And then she reduced the power. The airplane started to bang more. The autopilot was on. What the heck is going on? You want what? We have no flaps, captain say. So probably they have 0 flaps indication for that time, and captain realizes that they don't have any flaps. So at this moment I would say, okay, go around, because we are not in landing configuration. The speed is dropping. First officer saying, oh, I don't know what does it mean. Speed is dropping. Sounds similar to auto marker. So they were on the course and on profile. Autopilot was struggling, but it was controlling the airplane at that time. The speed was dropping very fast. The speed of 134 is well below your minimum approach speed, especially if you have no flaps from one side and you barely have flaps 15 from other side, so it's not so good. They may stall at any time. 1000 feet, and as you may see, no stabilize. 1000 taps, it's mean automatic allow of 1000 feet by radio altimeter, and first officers say okay. No, it's not okay. Speed drop quite low. You see, my friends, they were flying for several seconds, and captain realized that they have the problems with the flaps, and they were flying. So then we have problems with the have no flaps at 1185 feet, and now at 1000 feet, captain said, what the hell? So what the hell are you doing in the cockpit? Because then I was reading the real investigation outcome published by NTSB. At that moment, at that time, captain was just searching for the circuit breakers, for the faulty one from her side, from his side, trying to reset it, but nothing pumped up there. So yeah, just do something, go around, because it's 1000 feet of altitude and you are not stable, not anyway. What the hell? Sounds similar to stall warning and stick shaker. First officer says, oh yeah, don't do that. Captain say, don't do that. Don't do what? The autopilot disengages here, because then you reach the stick shaker buffet. Then the stick shaker activates, the autopilot automatically disengages. That's its logic. Sounds alright. Don't do that. Alright. She puts some she adds some thrust, but just a little bit to compensate the speed drop, but it was enough to reach some kind of knots, couple of knots here. Just keep flying the airplane, okay? Captain say. I think captain was dealing with a failure, but for proper dealing with a failure, they need to go around, make some kind of orbits or holding point, do some kind of holding points. They need to try to figure out what happened there, whether it's flaps asymmetry or other flaps problem, because he just stated that they had flaps 0. Why should they continue? I don't really know. Just keep flying the airplane, okay? But you're very close to the ground, my friend. You need to go around. Should I go around? Yes. Yes. No. Why do you answer no? She said, should I go around? The first officer. Captain says no. At 745 feet with zero flaps indication. I don't know. I don't have any words, guys. It's 100%, 150% stay for go around. Tower, wind 010 at 8. So tower tells the wind information. But you see they start to deviate. According to official result, they start to deviate because then the autopilot is engaged. The girl was struggling controlling the airplane because the autopilot itself was struggling controlling the airplane with this bank, but after disengaged it was a surprise because the forces that you need to apply to the airplane was much higher than usual, and also you deviated, so you need to apply more forces to get back to your localizer. Again, not stable conditions, so you're deviating right of the localizer and high, very high above the glide slope. Keep descending, we are getting pretty close here. Keep descending, Captain mentions that they're quite high, so he told her to keep descending. She said, we are getting pretty close here. I don't know what she meant there. What's that? You want me to finish it? No, I think she just said that she wanted to go around. Finish what? Wow, that's crazy CRM happened there. I don't have. Yes, please. Okay, he just told, do you want me to finish it? It means do you want me to take controls? And she said, yes, please. Okay, my airplane, your controls. Sound of heavy breathing. I think that's the captain's sound of heavy breathing, because at this moment captain realizes that the autopilot was off according to official result. He said he didn't know that the autopilot was switched off, but it was, because you actually hit the stick shaker, low speed buffet. That is why the autopilot was turned off. All right, you got power, and she let him to control the airplane. She transferred all the flight controls and powers. That's a normal thing actually, how you transfer the power. The flight controls. Sounds similar to altitude alert. And captain was struggling to control the airplane, and he put it lots of forces to get back to the localizer 500, and of course they were no stabilized. And see what captain did after they transferred the controls. He just pulled back the power, the engines, and this at first, yes, the speed gained up, but after a while it dropped down. You see, the speed is up, and now it's getting back because you pull the power back, man. And what do we have here? Sounds similar to stall warning and stick shaker. Again, TAFs, pull up. So the airplane itself, it tells you pull up, my friend, go around. If you have pull up warning, no any doubts, go around. Stick shaker on again, because you put a lot of rudder, a lot of steering, and crazy situation. They just reduce the power and they try to pitch up. And what is happening with our communication? Pull up. Okay, no, it's not okay. First officer, there is the runway. No. No way. So they saw the runway at 410 feet. So in very bad situation actually. They encountered the icing conditions. They were flying in icing conditions. They had some ice excretion on the wings that degraded their aerodynamic performance of the airplane. So the stall speed is quite higher than usual. And yeah, they just saw the runway at 400 feet. It's not good weather. And with zero flaps, crazy. I don't have any words, guys, for that. It's terrible. They were just banging. But look at the speed. Max RPM, max RPM. Max RPM, I think they put the sound similar to RPM, increase sound similar to stall warning stick shaker. Oh my god. So they put the condition levers, I think, to maximum RPM. Now they start to increase the power, because at this moment they just lost the speed, you know, my friends. Then they transferred the controls, then the captain took controls. At this moment he just reduced the thrust levers. The airplane was high, pull up warning, it means you need to pull up, so he pulled a little bit up and speed started to drop. He didn't put any power, and they have shaker. I don't know why they need to to do the go around maneuver. Okay, stick shaker on, and then he little bit reducing the power. It's crazy. Pusher means there's the shaker. It means it shakes the control column for you to understand that you're stalling, my friends. You're close to the stall speed. And pusher, if you are well below the stall speed, there's the pusher on the airplane that lets the control column to go down. So just push the control column down by reducing the airplane pitch and reducing the angle of attack. If you are very low, just at 100 feet, if you have pusher activation, it means the airplane pushes its nose to the ground, which is not very good. And after that, they crashed. They crashed just near to the runway. End of flight data recording. Terrible accident happened there, but they were very lucky, my friends. They were very lucky to survive that terrible accident. And here, my friends, we have the final investigation report made by National Transport Safety Board about this accident, and I read some part of it, and I don't have any words how to describe why haven't they performed the go-around maneuver that time. They just lost the airplane, perfectly airworthy airplane. They found actually the piston of road in the right outboard flap actuator was found coated with the green material for which chemical testing was inconclusive. Solid particles with testing found to be consistent with heated hydraulic fluid were found in hydraulic fluid lines, and okay, they found some clogging, some kind of clogging in hydraulic lines, as far as I understood. It was the similar accident happening in 1996 with the ATR-42-500. It's a newer version compared to 300 version of airplane. So that the checklist that they should have performed with that failure: flaps, jam, uncoupled, or asymmetry. So the checklist is the same: flaps control lever near to the flap present position, then applicable reduced flaps landing procedure apply. So that's only that they need to follow: reduced flaps landing, go and do it, set the normal speed and land. GPWS override, flap overrides, tip slope prohibited, flaps just increase your speed and land. I highly recommend you to read all of this stuff. You will be very familiar with what not to do when you fly the airplane, flight crews, whether to monitor airspeed, everything of this described here. So they even put the different speeds for approach just before descent. Airspeed reference, well, it's crazy actually, my friends. Flight crew monitoring skills and techniques. Crew resource management. During the accident, flight's initial descent, the flight crew demonstrated several instances of good CRM. The captain completed the descent checklist and immediately began the approach checklist in anticipation of the first officer needs. However, after the flaps anomaly was recognized, the flight crew's CRM deteriorated to an extent and that the captain didn't provide adequate leadership in response to anomaly. Further, the first officer was not assertive in voicing her concerns about the captain's non-standard response of his decision to continue the unstabilized approach. The captain is responsible for setting the tone in the cockpit for the entire flight, and this responsibility was even more critical because the flight crew was faced with an abnormal situation. So they should have just gone around. If you're in doubt, just go around. If you have problem, go around. If your airplane is up to stall, go around. Are you still here? It means you're awesome guy. So you need to follow awesome guy checklist. First, like this video, then subscribe to my channel, then ring the bell, whatever it means. Thank you very much for watching and have a great time.